Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to my Alaska Dream. Well, once again, it got to be a little bit longer than I had hoped for my next video, but a couple reasons for that. We have some rain, overdue rain forecasted for this week, and we got our first bout today. It's a Sunday. Um, got it, probably, I don't know, 4 o'clock this afternoon. It was a fairly brief storm, but the rain is very much needed. Um, but at the same time, I really wanted to bust it to get my cabin, as much of my cabin done as I could before the rain hit, and that involved getting the walls up and, improvements on the pad, getting the walls up, and OSB board, exterior OSB board on, so I can tarp the top and move some of my stuff in because it's going to be, a little transition period getting the stuff out of my tents and into my cabin. So to lay out the last few days, it's been very hot up here, very dry. The wildfires are still raging. I believe they're, last I heard, they're about 20 miles away, creeping ever closer. That's part of the reason why we need the rain. We need a good, heavy, straight down rain. Today was a brief shower with high winds, which is not, you know, we needed the rain, and it was good that we got the moisture, but probably didn't knock the wildfires down too much. So I find myself in a precarious spot. I'm fortunate that this particular area where I'm at here, I do have some natural fire breaks with roadage and not a lot of the super dry uh, forest close by. So I have some things going, working to my advantage. But days when it's really windy like that with the fires raging, embers can carry for a long ways. And so every day I have is a new adventure, finding out, what's going on with the wildfires and still continuing to build. I had that several days ago. I just had that go through my mind. It's like we're not in the ready to evacuate stage yet, but we're inching closer to that. Um, so I just decided to continue building and do what I'm doing because if I take a break or if I bail out, I'm not going to be ready for winter. So what that has entailed with this whole next week having chances of rain, I really have been busting it the last 3 days. And the last 2 days in particular, a 14 hour day followed by a 16-hour day, um, pretty much has done me in. I'm pretty exhausted. I just got back from doing laundry down here at the Lazy Moose Resort. It's kind of nice. A few miles down the road here on Highway 2, resort campground. They got shower facilities there when I don't want to take my spit bath, when I want a good hot shower, and I do that when I'm going to do my laundry. My laundry was overdue. It's this hot and sweaty for several days in a row. It's pretty easy to go through a lot of clothes, and I was almost at the point where all my daily clothes and towels were, a much needed washing. So I'm really happy to have that resort close by. I'm really lucky to have a lot of good things close by. But needless to say, when you put in on a 16-hour day, when it's 90 degrees, it's a little difficult. So I know I'm rambling on here, so I'm going to try to move along. I'm going to show you how we've come along on the cabin. But bottom line, I'm going to do a little bit more here tonight, organizing some stuff, and I am taking tomorrow off. I'm just going to take a day of rest and writing in my journal and doing a little bit of reading and whatever. I may, if we get a little break, I may, in the weather, and it's nice enough, I might do some fishing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at um, my build. So, I'm pretty proud of the progress that we've made here. So, we're in between showers right now. It's actually fairly clear, other than look at the haze. You can see the blue haze, I think. The blue haze is all around me. And you can smell the smoke. So here we go. Got the, after you got the pad in, then I got the railroad ties all leveled. And put the subfloor in. You know, the subfloor is, you know, I built the, on top of the pad. So eventually I'm going to put in 2 different layers. I'm going to put in some insulation in the floor and then put in, you know, some real flooring. And getting the OSB, I'm telling you, I'm not a carpenter. And to do something like this, to do it right, it takes me a lot longer. I'll be the first one to admit it. And one thing that I've learned in building and doing stuff with wood the past few years is the quality of lumber in general. It just isn't what it used to be. You can pick through, and you're lucky to find, you know, if you have to get, you know, 18, 20 2x4s, you're lucky if you get 2 perfect ones. So when you're building wall studs, that's it involves a little process here. I found a good trick on a reel the other day. This is just a quick crafted board straightener. You get them in there the best you can. You fasten down one side, and then you move the other side over with that board straightener. So I was able to do pretty good, get most of my boards pretty straight. Get enough light here at the end of the day. I got some of the stuff moved in here. Got the tarp on there. It held with the rain. I don't have any drips coming in. So here we go. 16 on center. I got wood from 2 different places. That's why some are a little bit darker. I have my platform bed in here, and basically just the platform subfloor. These are rough cut 2x8, and I'm gonna show you something. This is a perfect example of what you deal with. Let's see if you can really tell here. At the end, the railroad ties I could have built further, but I just made a decision on the fly. I'm going to leave this open for, this is going to be tool storage. I'm going to add on here, and it's not going to be, you know, super insulated like the inside of the cabin. But I don't know if you can see how crooked those rough cut 2x8s are. So if you put them on here next to here, it's going to, you know, it leaves a gap in here. I'm just going to have to make those work, but I could not use those on the inside, because even some of these, and I know it's just the way it is, I got the as best I could. And look at the size difference. I mean, I got, you know, these are the 12 footers right here. I don't know if I'm, yeah. And then I got some that are like 14 feet, 14 and a half feet. So I'm going to cut these down and have a little ledge here where I can have my tools. And then this will be my back porch area. At least that's the plan. I kept the putting the temporary roof on, just the tarps right now. I left the metal roofing off simply because I was pressed for time today. So now over here I got this area cleaned up a little bit. I don't have that big mess of stuff out. I put some back in here. This week I am going to try to cut some more wood. I want to add to my wood pile. I got roughly 1 cord so far, which is pretty good. But I want to get more. So I've got some of this organized. I still have my outdoor spit bath area, but I do have a new shower system that I'm going to put up. I'm going to put it up outside first and use it. And eventually I'll put it, you know, inside as we get closer to the fall. And basically it's a bushcraft shower. It's just a bird bath fountain, you know, that you stick in the tub or bucket of warm water, and then just a basic shower head, with the hose that you buy at Walmart. So the whole thing cost about $30 for a bushcraft shower. So I'm looking forward to using that. You don't want to go down and use the shower room any more than you have to at $5 a pop. So I do it on Saturday, or either early Sunday morning or Saturday night, because then I can trim up for church and take a nice hot shower and feel fresh for church. So it was great to get back to my home church in Fairbanks today, Northern Lights Church of Christ, and see my family and catch up with them. And I last Sunday I took off. I stayed local here, and I visited the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Some of my local friends here go there. So I visited that church. Now, this next week, I may take off again and go to the Baptist church. We'll see, but I want to spread it out a little bit. But one thing that I really found out is how much I missed my church family in Fairbanks. And today was potluck. That's another thing that come into play, with this heat. I did something. I don't even know if it was yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. Started working at 5:30 in the morning. Drank Gatorade all day, and it got to be. I took my spit bath before I was ready to go to bed, and I realized I hadn't eaten anything all day. Literally did not eat anything the whole. And I could have grabbed a snack, but I was so exhausted. I just kept drinking the Gatorade, and when I went to the bathroom, it showed that I had drank a lot of Gatorade that day. I wanted to keep my electrolytes up, and I implement water with that as well. So I'm losing some weight, which is a good thing, but I don't have to lose any more. I feel pretty good that way. So things are moving along. We need what we ideally need is a long, steady, drawn out rain. Good straight downpour rain for 24, 36 hours, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. We have these little on again, off again rain showers that don't last very long, and we've had windier than normal conditions, and that's not conducive to good, you know, situation for forest fires. So uh, keep us uh, keep us Alaskans in your prayers, definitely for the wildfire situation. I know a lot of people closer up to the Fairbanks area and the surrounding communities up there that have had to evacuate, and they're battling. I have float planes and air assault scoop planes flying over, and plus the Air Force flying over my cabin on a daily basis. And I have learned an appreciation for, when it first happened, and some of those first Air Force, those jets, when they turned and burned and went by. I think I talked about this before. It was a little unsettling at first, but I've come to realize that this is part of life. And these people, these smoke jumpers, and the people scooping up the water out of the lakes multiple times a day and fighting the fires. Hats off to them. They're heroes. So keep us all in your prayers. I'm going to put the roof on the 17th. I'm giving myself a little time in between to square some things away, shifting stuff, between the tent and the cabin, doing a little more wood cutting. Hopefully, I don't try to cut my leg off this time. And the 17th, I've got some people that are going to help me put the roof on. It should be a fairly simple process in a small cabin. So I'll have the dimensions for you exactly on the cabin on the next video. Um, I am going with a double wall. My initial build was with 2x4s, so I stuck with that. And I'm doing a double 2x4 wall, which will allow me to have a good R30 insulation all the way around on the ceiling and then on the walls. So the bottom line is it's going to be very easy to heat. It will be compact for space, but the organization skills that I've learned, and they'll be put to the test. And I'm kind of looking forward, once I get everything squared away, probably in August sometime. I'm looking forward to a video in particular on how efficient you can be, because I'm going to have a bath area in there as well as my bed, and my desk and stuff like that. So everything will have its place. I'm looking forward to that. But I don't want to wish the time away. Enjoy it between now and then. So August is the rainy season. So I was originally planning on putting the roof up and doing the next stage of my build the first week in August. But by recommendation from some friends, they said that might be if you don't have to, don't wait that long because August is when the rains come. So I pushed it up and keep the fingers crossed. It's the best I can do. My my hands are so tired. So we're gonna end it there. Thank you again, everybody, for your support and your patience in between videos. I really enjoy doing this, and I appreciate all. Thank you to all my family and my subscribers. I appreciate you. Keep the prayers coming. I need them, and I am looking forward to a day off tomorrow. And we'll work on some content coming up soon. Take care.